Richard Gray amateur-built Piper RG12 crashed at Southwest Michigan airport in America. So what really went wrong? You can see it flipped over on his back. So what really caused this? And I also gave this just a kind of an example to show you amateur built, and I've discussed in my previous video what it means for a plane to be amateur built, which means majority of its parts were produced but must be assembled by the person maybe trying to learn building plane and things like that, about 51% according to FAA rule. So this was this is an amateur build. So this is like an example of how it looks if you flip it over on a normal something, but this is not the actual plane. As you can see, the design are different too, but it's like something like this now flipping over to this on its back. You can imagine how terrifying it would be for those that were in and gets flipped over with it. So let's learn about the crash summary and the key facts surrounding and what led to this plane actually flipping over on its back. In case you are new here, welcome to Foskaay Aviation. I'm Solomon Foskaay, not a pilot but an aviation enthusiast, and on this episode I bring you latest plane crashes, accident within the last 24 hours actually, but at times I cover up to 3-4 days because it takes time to verify when there's a plane incident or accident. So that's why you see some of those dates as well. So if that interests you, kindly like, subscribe, tap notification bell, and then let's roll. I also like to see your comment and contribution to causes of those incidents and accident discussed. So here we look at the cause of the crash, but first let's see. This happened November 26, 2025. I recorded this video November 28, 2025, so that's within like 48 hours, 9:30 local time, and this happened at the landing phase. That means when the plane was in the process of landing. The type of plane is a Gray RG amateur built Piper. So it's Piper but it's amateur built PA-12 replica, and the reg, then the operator is said to be private. Occupants at the time the plane flipped were 2 occupants. So both, a pilot, maybe 1 passenger. Both sustained minor injuries, but glad to say both of them survived and no fatal injury. So fatality is 0 on board and off ground. Aircraft damage is actually substantial because for the plane to have flipped over on its back, there are a lot of things that would have likely gone wrong. And I'm also, though it seems from this, the rear gear, landing gear, seems to bend excessively somehow, but maybe you can let me know that's how this model looks, or it has suffered some straight more backward. So you can put in the comment, but a lot of things would have gone wrong, and you cannot just flip this over and then fly. So it has to go through inspection and a lot of things to ensure it's before it can become airworthy again. So the location this happened is Southwest Michigan Regional Airport, Benton Harbor in Michigan. So if we go to the location, this Benton Harbor on the map, Michigan, and that's South West Michigan Airport. So if we zoom in, you can see it. So we'll be back to that, but let's see the flight said to be private. Departure and destination not fully disclosed. Windy, that's the state of the weather at that point in time. What happened is there was a gusty Squall it during the landing. In previous video as well, we've discussed multiple times Squall wind. That was when the Squall also caused about 5 planes to crash, glider plane to crash. So if you want to watch the video, you can check the channel. If I remember, I can put the link in the description. So this is a very kind of destructive wind that usually add thunder, some maybe even rain, and at a very high speed. So with that, a lot of these planes, especially these smaller aircraft compared to jetliner, cannot withstand such gust and things like that. So the plane flip over on runway while trying to land. So no post fire, and then there were quick evacuation. So according to some of the reports, even by the time some of the emergency team will get there, those passengers, seems if we look through a side of that door seems open, were able to, or this side also, so were able to have evacuated out of the plane. So none of them had fatal injury, but I think one of them sustained injury that wants to be taken to the hospital, but not really serious injury. So let's see this is the airport, Southwest Michigan airport. If I zoom in, you can see it. So I have this runway here, I think runway 28 and 10. So then there is 32 and this that cross. So probably might have landed here. I don't really get the precise runway used to land, and or here, then eventually skip off and turn over around here. As I've tried to locate, like at times it's so difficult, but when you are trying to get from the news, from the research, that's why it used to take time at times. Trying to locate the precise crash site is not always easy in the coordinate and all these things. So that's what really caused the plane to flip over. So let me know in the comment below, have you have experience with the Squall wind, gushing at something 43 knots, 50, 60 or above knots. Sometimes it could also come with rain or thunder, and it's just usually just happen fast and maybe just calm down, things like that. So what is your experience with it, or what do you think in situation like that, if you're a pilot and things that would have done to avoid this kind of accident next time? So kindly share below, and thanks for tuning in. Always remember to do good to humanity and nature with your knowledge wherever you are, to make the world and universe a better place for us all. Thank you so much. I remain Foskaay for tuning in. Please tap that share button if you find this educative. I will see you in the next update. Bye for now.